How did you first discover podcasting?
Well, I had a I was actually doing a part of a podcast a few years ago called The Box Office. It was me and a few of my friends. We would do it every Sunday up at Sirius XM. And that's when the whole podcast thing, before it really exploded, we were kind of doing that. And we had stopped because of scheduling. It was like three or four of us. So, people got their own schedules.
Yeah, describe that show to me. What was it called again?
The Box Office.
And what was it about?
It was just a group of us that would just get together every week and just kick it about random topics and, just have a discussion about things. And it was cool. People seemed to like it a lot. Like, surprisingly, like, we didn't know what the hell we was doing, but the conversation was cool. It was funny, and people seemed to like it a lot. But then, like I said, due to personal schedules and things like that, it was like one week somebody couldn't make it, the next week another person couldn't make it, then one week two people couldn't make it and all of that. And then we were doing it for free. So you know how hard it is to get people to come out of their house on a Sunday for free.
Exactly.
And record something in
February.
They didn't know what the hell they was doing. So it kind of just fell, it kind of just floated away a little bit.
And the topic was based on?
It was just random topics, man.
So just free-flowing conversation.
That's it. Like, we didn't have any like structure. It was like, listen, we're going to the radio station and we're just going to record. And it, like I said, the conversations ended up being really dope, like, and really funny. So people seem to like that a lot. I think people like, in this era right now, people like real raw, organic shit. Like, people don't really want the overly produced, overly structured, like, like whole ensemble of just shows and things like that. People want to feel like they're being let in on a conversation that they can see themselves having on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's why a lot of podcasts are successful, because it's not, a lot of like bells and whistles. It's like, just turn the mic on, turn the camera on, and just have a conversation. And I think people like that.
Was there a show that you were initially a fan of? Like, how were you introduced to podcasting in general?
Tackstone.
Tackstone.
Yeah, my boy. Shout out to Tax. He was somebody that, I knew on a personal level. I know on a personal level. And seeing his success and his growth was dope, because it was like, again, like I said, it was so raw and organic, and that's who he was. You know what I mean? And to see somebody like that get into a lane that you necessarily wouldn't see them in and have as much success as he had was just refreshing to see. So that was something that, I was proud of, and something that I think the people like really, really loved, and they really, really, gravitated towards. And I think he made it believable for cats to get into the podcasting thing. Like, you didn't have to be this super educated, go to like broadcasting school and all of this other things that people like. What I like to call, people set up these fake walls to make you seem like you're not capable of doing this unless you do this, or unless you go to school for this. And it's like, at the end of the day, to me, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I can sit down and have a conversation with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how much schooling do I need to sit down and have a conversation with somebody?
And also have a knack for asking why.
Right.
For asking questions.
Right.
Which is a talent in itself.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a talent, but that comes from, it's the type of person.
But you can't learn that from school.
No.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
just the type of person you are. You have to be someone that's just, a people person, somebody that knows how to speak to individuals and just have a conversation and hold a conversation. It's the same as like if you're on the phone with, somebody that you're interested in, you know what I mean? And it's like, we're having a conversation. It's like, but can we keep the conversation going? Can you talk about things that I like? Can you, keep me on the phone? Like, things like that. And essentially, to me, that's all that it really is. It's just somebody that can sit down and have a conversation with somebody and just be interesting.
Once that show ended, what was it called? The Box Office.
Mm-hmm.
Once the Box Office was over, did you feel like your podcasting career was over? Did you feel like
no,
because
make a
career out of it, or what?
No, because again, podcasting was never something that I looked at. I thought I would be doing. That was just something that we were having fun with. And the one of the producer of the show, he used to always tell me like, yo, you have a knack for this. Like, you should really think about doing this. And I'm looking at him like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just coming up here doing this and we having fun. But he saw it early. And
what was that? What was that knack that he saw?
He just felt like my personality, mystique about me. He thought it was intriguing. He thought it was interesting, and he thought that people would like it. And my humor, he thought that it came across well, in conversation and on the show. So he really was trying to push me to really, really pursue it. And I wish I would have, because I would have been further in this industry. But everything happens. Timing is everything. So I'm not, like I said, I don't regret anything, and it all happened when it was supposed to.
Like, what did you learn from that experience of being in that first show? That's helped you today with
patience.
And explain that.
You got to be patient with anything, really. But when you're breaking into new grounds like podcasting, you have to put in a lot of work. You have to stay the course. You have to believe in what you're doing. And again, man, you just gotta be persistent and be patient, because at the end of the day, that's what separates people. Like, if you're persistent, and because anybody can, buy some microphones and a camera and record, conversations, but it's like, how persistent are you? How patient are you in this industry? Because even with, the Joe Budden podcast, we were doing that every week for free. We weren't getting paid, but it was something that we believed in, and we had a vision, and we knew where we were going with it. And that's why we separated ourselves mainly because we were so persistent. Every week we were doing the show, we putting out a show. And it were times where we were like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're not getting paid. You know what I mean? It's like, but we understood, we felt the momentum. We felt the shift. And it was like, okay, we got something. And then that's what forces you to go harder and be more persistent and turn it up. And here we are today.